Kia ora everybody, SJ here. Welcome back to our second episode of NZ Fight Report. Thank you everybody for all your feedback from our first episode.
It's been a busy month for fights around the country with plenty of action going on in the rings, in the cages and on the mats. We'll be doing our best to preview upcoming events as well as keeping you informed of what's just gone down.
Now we've got a signed copy of Muay Thai legend John Wayne Parr's DVD, Blessed with Venom. Stay tuned for details later in the show to see how to win this. We begin our wrap-up in Auckland, where Philip Lamb Promotion return on the 25th of February at ASB Stadium for New Zealand vs Australia Thaiboxing card. One high-profile fight on the card was a rematch between Joe Southpaw Hopkins from City League R and Edwin Sammy of ETK for the WMC Super Middleweight Professional Muay Thai belt. The two had previously met last year in ETK's King of the Ring event, where Hopkins won by a close split decision. This time, however, it was a different story. In a technical and disciplined performance, Sammy made use of every opening that Hopkins left to land slick counterpunches and kicks, scoring 2 knockdowns over the Southpaw in the third round. Sammy got the unanimous decision and took home the title bout, showing his full skill set in the process and opening up future possibilities of a third bout between the two Aucklanders.
In one of the evening's Trans-Tasman bouts, New Zealander Brad Rhydian took a unanimous decision over tough Australian Harley Everson to capture the New Zealand 73-kilo professional Muay Thai title, though Everson possessed a definitive experience advantage going into the match, with 35 wins in his career. The fighters traded with ferocity for 5 rounds, with the Australian looking to open up Rhydian with elbows, while Rhydian began patiently with a precise jab and excellent in defensive timing. As the bout wore on, Rhydian settled into his natural rhythm and delivered a number of combinations with speed and hostile intention. The Cantabrian, who currently trains out of City League R in Auckland, is putting together a good professional record, and he's certainly one to watch.
On the same night, Muay Thai fighters hit the ring in Wellington, where KO Promotions' deadly debut was back for its 16th instalment. With the New Zealand women's amateur Muay Thai featherweight title on the line, Palmerston North-based fighters Freya Thompson, Omega Fight Force, and Angela Bennett from the Fight Shop New Zealand fought to a razor-thin decision over 5 2-minute rounds. It was a close and tactical battle, but it was Thompson that emerged the winner through unwavering aggression and control of the ring. Thompson's take on Taekwondo makes for a relentless kicking style, and it caused problems for the more experienced Bennett throughout the fight.
One fighter making his amateur debut on the night was Angus Lindsay, representing Combat Room in Wellington. Lindsay was happy to defy the evening's pattern of close split decisions with a decisive knockout of his opponent Steve Prime, who trains out of Harley's Kickboxing in Masterton. A series of heavy knees delivered from the clinch connected cleanly for Lindsay and sealed the early win for the Wellingtonian, who's currently spending a month in Thailand in hope of adding new skills and developing his technique. In a clash of 2 powerful heavyweights, MTI's John McInnes and Mike Collins of Wanganui TPK fought for 3 rounds, with McInnes using kicking combinations to deliver the damage while avoiding Collins' aggressive boxing style, taking a unanimous decision on the scorecards.
As we took over into March, ICNZ, the Industry of Combat New Zealand, now in its 16th show, treated MMA fans to a number of professional and grassroots bouts in the cage. Local undefeated mixed martial artist Brandon Rawpati, who we spoke to in last month's episode, took on a true American veteran, Smarlin Sam Alvey, a Team Quest fighter who's fought under the Bellator banner in the past. It was a close fight, with both starting cautiously. Rawpati's leg kicks and quick countering earned him both the first and second rounds, though he survived a moment of danger on his back towards the end of the second. The third was much closer, though Rawpati likely had the edge in punching power and forward footwork. The referee also deducted a point from Rawpati for an accidental eye poke in this round, giving the judges a headache in determining the eventual winner. But it was Rawpati who got the victory in the end, with a majority decision on the scorecards. We caught up with him again at Supremacy 9 later in the month to talk about the win and his future plans. Also on the ICNZ card, young British fighter James Saville defeated local favourite and current ICNZ featherweight title holder Doug Higgins with a lightning-fast knockout. Saville's first right hand wobbled Higgins, and the visiting Briton followed him to the ground with a punch repeated to end the fight via TKO after just 19 seconds.
It's back to Muay Thai now, and on the 17th of March, Alpha Thaiboxing and Rhydian Fight Club held their first event of the year, a benefit show to raise funds for their gym in Porirua. In the main event, highly regarded Porirua local and Alpha Thaiboxing representative Rhydian took on dangerous Aucklander Ambrose Matayo, who last year captured the 65 kg Extreme F1 belt. In a technical and methodical bout, Rhydian needed to muster all of his composure to thwart Mataio's base boxing attack, and he did so with great timing on the counter. Rhydian eventually took the unanimous decision, and the young New Zealand welterweight title holder now looks to defend his belt later in the year. Also on the card, Dominic Tyler from the Combat Room scored a quick first round finish over MTI's Jonathan Emsley in his first amateur bout, with a ruthless opening flurry that stopped only for the referee to perform the 2 8-count breaks. But perhaps the most exciting fight of the night was a back and forth clash between Alpha's Michael Radford and Harley's Zane Hopman. The two fighters left everything in the ring over 3 rounds, with the action swinging both ways throughout. Hopman eventually took the split decision, but the debuting hometown fighter Radford can certainly be pleased with his performance too. Earlier this month, we caught up with Vaughan Antonio in Palmerston North to talk about his experience at the Fila Oceania Grappling Championships.
I just got back from Sydney, from the Oceania Champs, and picked up 2 silver medals for gi and no gi. It was a pretty tough tournament. It was pretty hot, and just going from the weather here for a really cold summer to over to Sydney was a bit of a challenge, but yeah, did all right. Did what I wanted to do. Just missed out in the final by 1 point for a gold medal in the gi competition.
A week later in Whanganui, there was more Muay Thai on offer, with the returning River City Rumble, which took place at the Whanganui Memorial Hall. The main event saw the vacant NZTBA 86.1 kilo cruiserweight title snapped up by Joel Masters of Naukaunui Rotorua after a hard-fought win over local contender Kyle Gallagher from Wanganui Warriors. The shorter Masters used good footwork and timing to get inside Gallagher's lengthy reach and outwork his opponent to take the split decision and the belt. Also featured on the card was an explosive tag team Muay Thai battle, pairing Terry Kremen and Barry Pickett of Featherston Muay Thai against locals Leon Carver and Luke Tade from Wanganui Warriors. The local duo peppered the visitors with punches and kicks from the opening bell, causing an early exit for Pickett after the 4th round. That left Lone Warrior Kremen to make his last stand against both Carver and Tade, and he lasted another 4 rounds, but the locals were just too much, in an aggressive bout that was scheduled for 12 furious 1-minute rounds. But perhaps the most remarkable performance of the night was provided by Zane Hopman from Harley's Kickboxing, who returned to the ring after just a week's break from Alpha Thaiboxing's Porirua show. Yet again, Hopman looked excellent as he dominated tough opponent Tipiwa Bullock of Omega Fight Force over 3 rounds, taking a unanimous decision on the scorecards.
Kia ora everybody, we're coming to you from Supremacy 9. We're here out in West Auckland. We're going to talk to Brandon Rawpati tonight. We're lucky enough to have the opportunity to talk to one of our greats, Brandon Rawpati. Thank you for joining us tonight. So you just had your last fight. There's a bit of controversy against Smiling Sam Alvey. Can you give us a bit of a rundown about that? What are your thoughts towards that fight?
Controversy was that I apparently poked him in the eye, but I didn't. I know I didn't. We already run through the footage and it was a closed fist, and yeah, there was no poke in the eye. So I was disappointed about it, about losing the point in that fight, and yeah, but it happened. You know, the ref just done what he had to do at that point of time, and it just went the way it went. But I still won in the end, and yeah, I'm happy with winning. That's the main thing, that I won the fight.
Awesome. In terms of your fight career, what's up next for Brandon Rawpati?
What's next for me is I've just signed a 6-fight deal with Legends FC. So that's going to be in June 17, will be my first fight. And yeah, so just going to be preparing for that one.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. That's the end of Supremacy 9. We've got 2 new title holders tonight, Jacques Masters and Dan the Gravedigger Digby. Congratulations to you both. Awesome people, wicked atmosphere, wicked energy, Supremacy. Don't forget to check out all the action on Sky. Check your guide for details.
Lastly, in our review section is a wrap-up of recent action in the grappling world. On the 24th and 25th of March, some of New Zealand's best no-gi grapplers met in Auckland for the NZ Grappler and Oliver MMA hosted Grapplers Challenge. We were in Auckland on the Saturday to cover the action on the mat.
It's a great day. It's just a combination of disciplines. Like, we've got a few wrestlers coming in, a few judo guys coming in, and we probably had close to a couple hundred people in here today, so it was a good turnout, yeah. The girls done really well. They both come from my team. Chrissy just wore it down and took the back and finished it. It was a nice match. There was a few good matches in the guys. I mean, there's Daniel again, he finished about 4 matches with triangle, and that's why it's so appealing as a sport, is there's a style for everyone, you know. Short guys have got a style which suits them. Tall, lanky guys have got another style that suits them, so it's a real chess match. I think it's got massive potential. I think, you know, the sport's just waiting to pop, you know, and we can see it with the events in the last couple of years, you know. It's really, the attendance is going through the roof. A lot of people think it's just a couple of meat axes going at it. But it's so technical, you know. It took me 16 years to get my black belt, and that was training most days, you know. The thing is, you can get together with the boys, train hard. I train with my kids. It's quality time with the kids, and you're getting fit and learning a skill that could potentially save your life at the same time. I think it's just ticks all the boxes, you know.
Well, that's our review of combat sports over the last month around New Zealand. Next up, we'll be seeing what fight fans have to look forward to in the cage and the ring. On the last day of March, 2 events will grace the Upper North Island on the same night. In Mount Maunganui, Muay Thai Mayhem returns for its 7th instalment, and a major women's title clash sits alongside a 4-man light heavyweight elimination tournament on the card.
The 4-man elimination, the light heavyweight, between 4 of the top amateur guys that were available to fight on the show. They're all very experienced guys, a pool of talent really that I think will be very exciting for the crowd to watch. The main event, which is our WMC New Zealand featherweight title fight between Wendy Talbot and Jana Vaughan. Both girls fought last year in Auckland, November 5th, at Princess of Pain show. This was a very close fight, with Wendy coming out the winner on points. I think that this time would be a lot more exciting with the inclusion of elbows, for example, in this fight, and also the fact that Jana was coming off a layoff, so she probably wasn't at 100% in their last meeting, so she's obviously been training hard for this. But Wendy also has been training the hardest I've ever seen her train, be the fittest I think anyone's seen her yet. So it'll be really exciting, close fight again.
In terms of the rematch between me and Wendy, it'll be a good hard fight and the pace will be high again. Rematches make you train a lot harder. I know she's going to bring it, so I know I've got to bring it back. Made me train a lot harder, but I know she'll be training her ass off. Some things that have contributed to my success: a lot of sparring taller opponents and sparring guys, spending as much one-on-one time with my trainer as possible. I just plan on doing my game and going out there and hopefully pulling a win. I'm quite a bit taller than her as an advantage, but I can be shut down pretty easily.
Meanwhile, on the same night in Auckland, Fitness House Limited presents The Fighter, a show combining pro boxing and Muay Thai that features a lot of big names from the New Zealand fight scene. We caught up with Richie Hardcore Stewart to preview the card.
They made it bigger and better with Joe, myself and Slavate, and they've added Robbie Burridge and Gunnar Jackson are on. They're 2 of New Zealand's top professional boxers. And there's also like an undercard of corporate fights, so it's quite an interesting mix of pro Muay Thai, pro boxing, and some corporate fights. So hopefully people will turn out and watch it, because it's actually a really quality card. So yeah, I'm really excited about being part of it. It's at ASB Stadium, March the 31st, which is in Kohimarama here in Auckland. You can buy tickets at iticket.co.nz, or you can buy door sales, I think, for $40. Or there's VIP tables if you want to get all baller on it and impress your lady friends. But it's a really quality card with some of our best boxers and Thai boxers. And not to sound too up myself or anything, but it's a good card. So yeah, come along, and hopefully we put on a really great show for you.
Finally, for Wellingtonians, there's the long-awaited return of Capital Punishment on April 21st. We caught up with KO Promotions' Mark Hampton to preview the card.
Capital Punishment 18 features a very special 4-man fight. All 4 fighters, Kirk Davis, Mark Daniels, Leon Tongara and Andrew McGrath, they're going to enter the ring at exactly the same time. Then from a hat, 2 names are going to get drawn, and those guys are going to fight right then, right there. The other 2 guys are going to wait in the audience watching. Then they're going to jump in, they're going to fight, and 3 fights later, the 2 winners are going to fight to see who is crowned King of the 4-man. Capital Punishment 18. Don't miss it.
Now we've got a DVD to give away this month. John Wayne Parr's very own Blessed with Venom, signed by the man himself. Go to our Facebook page to find out more details. Thanks for watching the 2nd episode of NZ Fight Report. Now we're constantly looking to expand our coverage, particularly in the South Island.
So if you're a promoter, a fighter or a fan, you can get in touch with us via our website, you can add us on Facebook or hit us up on Twitter.
Now don't forget to check out Combat Corner on QTV.
Alright, we'll be back in April. See you then.
first night, and I thought I might have died, but I guess I'm still alive, so